come back to this Martin Bashir story. Yesterday, we discussed how he's done at MSNBC. This is an update here. This is a letter he sent to Mediaite. Quote, after making an on-air apology, I asked for permission to take some additional time out around the Thanksgiving holiday. Upon further reflection and after meeting with the president of MSNBC, I have tendered my resignation. It is my sincere hope that all of my colleagues at this special network will be allowed to focus on the issues that matter without the distraction of myself or my ill-judged comments. I deeply regret what was said, will endeavor to work hard at making constructive contributions in the future, and will always have a deep appreciation for our viewers, who are the smartest, most compassionate, and discerning of all television audiences. I would also wish to express deepest gratitude to my immediate colleagues and our contributors, all of whom have given so much of themselves to our broadcast. End quote. So that was a very nice thing he said there. I should also note that the original thing that led to him getting fired was him responding to Sarah Palin, who compared the national debt to slavery, which is ridiculous because every nation on earth has a national debt. What are they, all slave nations? It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And in his response, he kind of said that maybe somebody should shit in Sarah Palin's mouth. Now, I said at the time, and I still believe it, he went too far. He shouldn't have said it. But would I have fired him over it? No, I wouldn't have, and I'll explain why in a second. Now, MSNBC responded with, quote, Martin Bashir resigned today, effective immediately. I understand his decision, and I thank him for 3 great years with MSNBC. Martin is a good man and respected colleague. We wish him only the best. So they're framing the discussion as if he 100% resigned and it was all his decision. So is that true? Do we really think that he willingly stepped down and MSNBC didn't play any part in this? I doubt it. In fact, my gut tells me he was fired. I can't prove it. I don't know because all the media reports say the same thing, but that's usually how these things work. Oh, we're splitting on, we both mutually agreed to split up. It really never works out like that. So here's my point as to why I don't think he should have been fired. Even though, again, I disagreed with that specific segment that he did. I think he could have explained that Sarah Palin was wrong without going to that level. What Martin Bashir said was uncomfortable and offensive. That's not the same as being inaccurate or false. In fact, in my opinion, the only reason you should ever fire a journalist or a reporter is if they are inaccurate or false. So all of these people on Fox News that are comparing Laura Logan to Martin Bashir, and they were saying before, how did she get fired and he hasn't been fired yet? Stop. Just stop making that comparison. She did a story where everything she mentioned, everything she talked about, all the things she presented as data and facts were incorrect. The person who was the main part of that story contradicted himself 14 times to all these different places, including to the FBI, and he wrote a book that differed from what he told his boss and the FBI. I mean, it was ridiculous. So that is worthy of being fired. If somebody says something offensive, look, I don't care if you say something offensive. And you got to understand, this isn't a partisan thing. I mean that for conservatives, too. I mean that for Republicans, too. If they say something that hurts a whole bunch of liberals' feelings, I don't care. I don't care. We'll get over it. We don't live in a country where you censor somebody if you disagree with them. But here's the main point and the overall conclusion. If anybody should really be fired, it's the people on Fox News. Not because they're offensive, but because they're wrong about everything. They are always either lying or just getting things wrong or misleading people. That is a much worse offense than anything Martin Bashir ever did. Tuning into Hannity any day of the week, watching 5 minutes of that show, that is way worse than anything Martin Bashir ever said.